Okay, the recording started. It's Wednesday, October 21st, and we're just kind of, again, going through the MicroProfile 4.0 release. I don't know what's up, but our last recording had last time I looked, 180 views. So,
wow.
Is anyone going back and reviewing them or something? Or is there like a bot somebody wrote?
I checked a few things we discussed, but not 180 times. That's a lot.
It's a lot. See, that's the pending demand for MicroProfile. Okay, we are recording. And if you want to, go ahead and share your screen.
I did already.
Oh, you did?
At least I should.
On my other, well, it might be on my other monitor. I gotta find, oh, there we go. Okay. All right, we got Emerson. So let's see here. If I look at this, let's see, I thought there was a viewed, okay. So if we kind of scroll through, so my general feeling is, do a once over, let's get this kind of accepted. Apply, accept the PR, then try and do a build off the PR, right? And do an RC build. And then we could publish that on the website, and we can, we'll have another, maybe even, one or two chances of doing this. So I'm not aiming for perfection here, just aiming to go through the motions so that we get through repetition, some muscle memory of going through a release.
Yes.
Okay, right. So the first, contributing to me looks okay. If we go down to notice, that looks okay. README, I'm going to go down to the comments here.
Yeah.
So Kevin said you changed MicroProfile IO to MicroProfile IO in lines 105 and 107, but not here. I'm not sure where here is.
Oh, I think he means here.
There it is.
So it's, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
So I changed the consistency here to here with the uppercasing, but not here. Yep. Yeah. So are we going to write the URL microprofile.io from now on with lowercase, I think is the question.
The lowercase is, oh, I see now. Microprofile.io should be camel cased, but the URL should not be. We always call it microprofile.io with camel case.
Yeah, but when it's referenced with a name like here, then it's not really the URL, but it's mentioned as the website. Yeah, so there's the gray area.
Yeah, we've always referenced it as MicroProfile.io with a capital P, capital M. So 107, even then, MicroProfile, so I'm on line 109, and 107 looks good. 109, we want to do MicroProfile with a capital P, capital M.
All right.
And if I'm wrong, we'll go back and fix it.
Like it's not right or wrong. It's consistent or not. That's what the question is. And that's
consistent or not.
Yeah. But I know this when you read a URL with uppercasing and lowercasing, that just feels weird. You just never see
the URL itself should be MicroProfile.io lowercase.
Yeah,
it's
so
just
this one should stay.
What's in brackets, should be camel case.
Exactly.
Okay,
now it's
so we're good there. Okay. If we keep scrolling down, should we talk about MicroProfile working group and its associated mailing list? Maybe, but I prefer to do this the next Rev around. So I've been thinking about this as well. About after we do this, do another, before the next RC or the final, go through and review it and think about it from the context of, well, now we're a working group, some things have changed. Maybe we should update these docs in other ways as well. So, I would say
we'll discuss this post. Oh, you can
post RC1. Oh, am I not logged in? Geez, I'm not even logged in. That explains it. Oh man. Two-factor authentication is such a pain. Okay. Can't we all just get along and not have to worry about it? Okay, now I'm logged in. All right. So did you reply to that or no?
I thought you were going to do that.
Oh,
or you
yeah,
to do
okay.
That.
Yeah, I'll do that. Let's, good point, but I'd like to target next RC or before final to address. Get other these members up to speed on the mechanics of delivering a release. There we go. And add a single comment. Okay. Now, if we accept the PR, are we going to lose these comments? I'm trying to remember.
That's a great question.
Or will the comments remain? Well, we have it recorded. If nothing else, we can always come back to the recording.
Exactly.
Okay.
The comments are gonna still there in the request.
Okay, as long as we don't delete the
even after merge.
Yeah, after we merge though, right? Because we're gonna have to merge the PR. Oh, it'll exist after the merge. Okay.
Yeah, as long as you don't delete the PR, then it'll be there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Kevin said in December. Okay, so this is true for Eclipse.adoc. Yeah, that's true. We want to leave this as being Eclipse MicroProfile because in 2016 we were still Eclipse MicroProfile.
Wait,
so
I'm
we want to
skipping
keep
this
that
one.
context. Yes, that one. So that one's true.
I'm pointing at the last file. Well, you are at the.
Oh.
I was up.
Yeah, sorry. I which one am I on? I'm on Eclipse.adoc, right?
I'm still looking at the contributors website, kept up to date.
Oh, okay.
This one was first.
Yeah. Let me switch monitors here because I am looking at the wrong thing, I think. I was trying to track along on my own browser, but that's just not going to work. Okay, I'll do it this way. Oops. Oh, David's waiting in. Okay, David's here.
Hey, sorry I am late and I threw you off.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, I was looking at the other monitor, and the admit me to the thing was on the other monitor. That's
No, that's
problem with
okay.
having like so many monitors. Okay, so we're just kind of going through the comments. We're not going to address all the comments because what I really want to focus on, David, is going through the mechanics of releasing MicroProfile. So Edwin and Emerson kind of get a feel for it. So we're not aiming for perfection in RC1. We're just trying to.
Is any part of the topic about what we should do under the final specification process?
Under the final specification process, you mean MPSP? Oh, when we talk about pushing to Sonatype.
Well, just all the stuff, like how we're going to put stuff up for vote and what's going to be in the vote and all that kind of garbage.
No, probably not.
Okay.
This is really all just about the mechanics of delivering a release. So going through the Jenkins build, to build it, push it to Sonat, you know, that's really what this is about. So if that's not something that you want to focus on, that's okay.
Well, I only have till the top of the half-hour mark anyway, so I got like only 20 minutes.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah, we have Edwin has a stop at the top of the hour.
I have one at the halfway mark, so I'll be gone much sooner. But anyway,
all right.
I'll let you guys continue. When the topic of what we would do under the specification process actually comes up, and how we actually put things up for ballot and how we do the voting and all that prep, I would definitely love to participate.
Okay. Yeah, that's not going to come up on this call.
All right.
Yeah, just because it's really not the focus. We're just trying to get this.
Well, I'll hang out and split at the half-hour mark and be quiet, and you guys can keep going.
All right. Awesome. Thanks. Okay. So, let's see. The next one. The most complete list of contributors can be found at, is this the most complete? How is contributors website kept up to date? Is it automated? Yes, it is. Oh, this is the Eclipse page or the MicroProfile page? Projectseclipse.org. Yes, MicroProfile.io.
Yeah.
Yeah, David's automated that site. So we do the contributors page should always be kept up to date.
Yeah, we grab all the repos, pull all the contributors out of them, join them into a list, and put them on the page.
So yeah, Edwin, feel free to reply to that.
Yeah. So are we leaving it the most complete list, or is it just a compiled list, or it's just in the wording?
It's the most complete list that we have.
Yeah. So and then Amelia says.
In fact, we could say the complete list.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. All right, so there we go.
You can just, yeah. Amelia has also a remark, but it doesn't change this further, I guess.
Right. Okay. Now, do we usually resolve the conversation? Yeah.
Yeah, I do, but.
Okay. Yep, that's what I do. Okay.
You can always reopen it, but then it's out of the way, right?
Yeah, well, let's leave that one there because we were talking about we wanted to go back and look at all the unresolved issues for the next RC. So I was hoping to maybe leave that one. All right, let's go to the next one.
Yeah, so now come to the the next file.
Yeah. So Eclipse MicroProfile, we want to leave that to be Eclipse MicroProfile because the context is 2016.
Yeah.
Okay. So right there. There we go. And we can get rid of the word project, I think. Or do we? Or what did we have before? No, that's okay. No, that's good. That's what we had before. All right,
And
let's
so-
scroll down. And David, if you, is that you? Go on mute, maybe. I hear background noise.
I was already
There's
on mute.
also
Oh,
it's
that
my,
was you. Oh, that's you.
my child's probably, so.
This guy,
That's fine then.
Edwin 2.0.
Edwin 2.0. Okay.
But do we need
right,
to
that's
change the
good.
date here? The December,
In December 26th, my profile community. Nope, that stays there.
Right.
Let's leave it. Technically, it was just semantics. We've always said 2016, so let's just leave. Okay. Let's scroll up. MicroProfile conference. That's fine. Okay. That's fine. Got rid of Eclipse MicroProfile to make it just profile. That's fine. This is the Palm now. That is fine in the Palm. Eclipse MicroProfile to just MicroProfile. MicroProfile dev below. Yeah, so should we put post for the link to the MicroProfile? That's not a bad idea.
so where exactly?
Yeah, which Palm XML is this? Well, technically, maybe all
This
of them.
is the root POM.
Okay, yeah, the root Palm. So we just under organization, there we go. Yeah, just add a post. No, it's, yeah, within the organization. There you go. And the email address. Let's see, I've never used the post tag. Okay,
Yeah, me neither, so.
so let's do Maven post organization. Do a quick look here. Here's a Palm reference. Post. Yeah, just your email address, literally. So it'll be microprofile-wg@eclipse.org, I believe. Okay, that's good. So resolve that one, say fixed.
Yeah, IntelliJ is not happy with it, but it should be right then.
Why is IntelliJ not happy with it? Oh no, it's under mailing lists, that's why. So we have to have, so not there, create another top level, there you go. Under that, create mailing lists. Yeah, mailing list, there we go.
Okay.
All right, I think that's what we want. There's other things as well. Oh, there's a name tag. Let's do that as well. Right above post. Insert. There you go. Name and MicroProfile working group mailing list. All right. Save. All right. Let's keep going, or we're never gonna finish this off here. Should we be changing copyrights? Good question.
Yeah, in my projects, I always had to update it when we touched files that had a copyright from last year.
Yeah, his point is because it was copyrighted as Eclipse MicroProfile before. I think we should let's leave it with the way you have it, because this is the release under MicroProfile working group. So let's leave it as MicroProfile.
Okay, and 2020.
Let's leave the comment there. Yeah, let's leave the comment there. Let's not resolve the conversation. All right, let's keep going. Here we go. Since this is the platform RX release, I think we should. Yeah, at the top, right where his point there is valid. Let's leave that part to be just MicroProfile config 2.0. I can't remember what I did in the past here.
In the past, there were very old references, and we thought we didn't, we missed them, but so there was 1.4 for config there, and we now made it 2.1, 2.10 RC1.
Let's leave this section, because all these do is link down to other sections, and in those sections we actually link to the RCs. So let's see if we can leave these as without the RC postfix, I guess.
Yeah, but well, we do target the release versions they should become, as Kevin suggested them.
Yes,
so
exactly. So yeah, so let's remove the RCs from this section. I'm not sure even I've been necessarily consistent on that over the years, but it's a matter of semantics. Okay, let's see this. I think what I did is I left these to be the final release. But when we start scrolling down, so we could say, if you want to in the comment, you could resolve that comment and say fixed. Specific references, tabs. Yeah, so what we could do here, I think in the past I've left these as RCs. His point is where we have the subtitle, right? So MicroProfile config 2.0 up one, yeah, up one section. There you go. RC, not there, but the title, right? If we want to, his point is we could leave that to be 2.0 instead of 2.0 RC1, and just leave the tag pointing to the actual repo of RC1. It's a matter of semantics. I think in the past I've left that section RC1, but let's yank them out.
Yeah, so remove the postfix here and leave it there.
Exactly. So the link is still valid.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the important part.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good so that we now have consensus on that for future releases, that we don't have to rethink it.
Right. Okay, so we can say fixed. All right, scroll down.
And then we're through.
All right, cool. So go ahead and push that. And now I need to find the browser where I have the PR. I'm going to turn off my video for a second because my CPU is getting creamed. There we go. Okay. Did you already do the push or no?
Yes, it's here already.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So I think at this point, what I am going to do is approve. Okay. Okay, well, Stefan's is already approved. Reviewers. We request review. I left review comments. How the heck do I actually do the say approve as well? Let me go down here to the merge.
We have to be a
Show
committer,
all
right?
reviewers. Am I logged in? I'm logged in. I'm a reviewer. Sorry, I'm just running into a mental block here. We only need one review, but how come I can't also say approved?
Maybe you need to go to the fast change and then do the, there's the button to the right.
Oh, that
when you click the
review am I
review
in?
button,
File, hold on, files. That's why I'm not in the files view. There it is, review changes and approve. Sorry, I was in the wrong view. See, this is what happens when you don't do this a whole lot. Okay, looks good. Looks good based on comments. We can tighten things up before RC2 or final. Submit review. There we go. Okay, so 2 approvals. We technically only needed 1. So I am now going to merge the pull request. All right.
Yes.
Merge, confirm merge. Okay, it is merging. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. Okay, it is now in master. Okay, do you have commit privileges yet, Edwin? Do you know if you
No,
looked and tried?
Not yet. I'm in the process of getting the documents sent, so it's still in progress.
Okay, so let me, I think what is going to happen here is I will probably take control. So if you want to stop sharing your screen. Now I am going to do technology. I'm bringing up our Eclipsepedia page.
I agree with that.
Okay, where is it? I hate it when it does this. Eclipsepedia. I think this is the page. I'm in my other browser. Sorry about that. You hear me talking about what the heck I'm doing, but it's in my browser history, which is what I was looking for. Okay, here we go. Now I can share this. Okay, and before I share it, I just got a ping from Kevin, I think. Somewhere. All right, saying he couldn't make it. Okay, I'm gonna share the screen. Once I find the share screen button, and that's gonna rearrange my desktop again. How you doing, Emerson? Trying to also find, okay, here we go. So now what I tend to do, and I even do this for myself, oh, that's the obsolete version, is I go through this. We kind of covered this a little bit last week. But you know, we update the calendar with the required dates, which we really haven't done yet because we're not sure when we're going to do a release. Ensure release notes section on the spec, we kind of covered that on the specs. CQs, third dependency reviews, let's not cover that right now. Then you go to the MicroProfile release Jenkins job, right? So I'm going to open this up in a new tab. And like before, Zoom likes to hide the tabs. Okay, so I have to log in. So once you become a committer, you'll be able to log in. And so anything from here on out, you have to be a committer in order to do a build, right? And we try to be very specific about the steps that you have to take to do a build, right? So we're doing a snapshot build, right? We're not doing a final build. So for a final release, we would go down to the final release section. If this is a final release, then follow these instructions, okay? But since we're doing just a snapshot build, we're going to follow these steps. So the current development version, let's see, where are we at? So we want to do a build with parameters. I want to make sure we have that in here. Yeah, right here. Log in with your Clefs ID and select build with parameters. So we go into build with parameters, and what's the snapshot version? So we are currently at this job builds the artifacts. So what's going to happen is if we do this, oh, where is it? We're currently on some snapshot version in master, right? This should be, I think, 4.0 RC1, right? Oh, is it master? Because we're working on RC1. Or no, we didn't. Yeah, we did an M1 actually. What's the or?
The POM says now 4.0 snapshot.
Yeah, actually, that's right. That's actually right. So what we want to do is go in and do 4.0-snapshot, right? So we go in here and we change this to 4.0/-snapshot. Okay, let's go on to the next one, release. The desired release you are attempting to build. So what's going to happen is it's going to update the POM with this release version, right? So we're trying to build to 4.0 RC1. And by the way, this script that does all this is in the MicroProfile repo, right? So if we ever need to update the script for whatever reason, and we might actually need to do this at some point, because now that we're a working group and maybe the processes change, all that source code is out there. Okay, 4.0 RC1. All right, let's go to tag, the desired release you're attempting to build. Normally this is the same thing, right? 4.0 though. All right. This is going to be a draft. It's not going to be a final release. Again, if we're going to do the final release, we would select final, okay? The module that we're building, right? And these are basically all the specs, right? We're just going to build MicroProfile, which is the top level package. Or sorry, the top level spec. So basically that's the repo that we're building. We did that already. Branch, you would normally build from master. There's been cases in the past where we've had to create a branch to do things. Kevin actually did this, but 99% of the time we'll just select master, right? So we're building off the master branch, 4.0 snapshot. All right, and this is really about it. So let's do a build. Now this typically takes about 5 minutes. Well, let's take a look at previous builds here. I think, where are we at? It scrolls down past the bottom. But it usually takes about 5 minutes. So we have build 449 going. I like to name these builds, and I kind of, you see kind of what they're doing here, how you can name the build. I really want everybody to name every build, to be honest, but they don't. Maybe that's something we want to enforce, TBD. But definitely for the RC and final builds, we want to go through and name our builds. So after the build is done, we go back in and we basically say MicroProfile 4.0-RC1 in the resulting build. So you can see it's expecting 5 minutes and 25 seconds to be the duration based on previous builds. Okay, this is the longest.
Put the node for the renaming? Should we put the node for the renaming on the instructions so maybe everybody is aware that?
Actually, we probably should. This is let's see. Yeah, yes, we do, I think. If this is, well, one thing that we didn't do that we probably should have done in hindsight is we should have done, Edwin, you should have done or any one of us could have cloned it and done a local build first. Make sure everything looks okay, right? Once it looks okay, then we should have actually gone and done the merge and done it right. So bad on us, bad on me. But we're kind of under a little bit of time, and this should pass. Yeah. So once the build succeeds, so this is your point, Emerson. Somewhere in here, here we go. Update the build information to your Jenkins job to make it more identifiable. That's what this says. So update the display name and the description.
Okay, right.
So that step, yeah, that's exactly what that is. Let's see here. We're still building. Uh-oh, it failed.
It failed. Why? Oh, I'm just going to build a local build now because, like I said, it shouldn't fail because of the textual changes. But
console output. Oh, here we go. Duplicate tags in that POM.
Oh.
So the POM.xml must have already had it. So go back to the POM.
Oh, this is just.
See, and we would have caught that if we had done it.
Yeah, I know. Bad on us.
Bad on us. Absolutely. So I'm going to go in and say.
Yeah, I see it. I see the second one there.
Okay. So while you're fixing that, do a local build. After you do that, it should be faster. You're going to see warnings about various things, like some of the documents have bad like ASCII doc or something. I can't remember if it was ASCII doc or whatever. Missing information. They're warnings, not errors. I kind of told people to go clean them up, but they kind of haven't yet. I can't remember what the error is, but
the funny thing is my local build just passes.
Even with the dual tag.
Yeah, I have pulled everything. I see the dual tag organization. Oh, wait. It's master, right?
It's master. Yeah, it should be a master.
Yeah. Oh, wait a second. Gift magic. Okay, don't mind me.
Yeah. In fact, I'm going to go to the edit, just since we have time, be more specific. Duplicate POM.xml mailing lists. Oh, color coded tag. Our bad. All right. Are you doing a local build, Edwin?
Just a second.
All right. All right, maybe I'll turn on my video again, since my CPU is better. All right, so while it's doing a build, after we do our next build, which will hopefully succeed, we have to log into Sonatype and basically release the artifacts, right? Release the Kraken. So what we're talking about for 4.0, and I think David might have already left the call. Yeah, he left, is formalizing that. And that's the thing that we would actually do the review on, right? While it's still in staging, we would do a review on those artifacts for the vote. But we're not really going to do that here today. I'm hoping that we can just get everything done with these builds.
This is going to be both as well, the RCF one.
Can you repeat the question, Emerson?
This is going to be both, the release candidate one is going to be both, or it's just an exercise we are doing?
It's just an exercise. Well, it's an exercise, so it's not what we're going to vote on. So what we're doing is we want to have, for every release, we want to have at least one release candidate. So, you know, what I mentioned is a typical experience is, you know, we'll have a lot of flurry up front with the new MicroProfile process. We have to have a release plan. We got to have people sign off on what MicroProfile release is going to be. We haven't really done that yet, but we're going to start doing that. Then there's this long lull where we just work on stuff, right? And then near the end, it's like, okay, now we got to do a release candidate. We go through this process that we're doing right now. Maybe we have a second release candidate to deal with, you know, depends on how comfortable we are. And then once we get very, you know, ready to release, then we'll do a final release. And we follow the final steps that are in this document. Is it done, Edwin?
I see in the other mailing lists that are mentioned that they also have a subscribe link to the mailing list next to the name and post. So I was trying to figure out.
Subscribe and unsubscribe.
Yeah. So I was trying to figure out the subscribe link very quickly, but I not.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's not worry about that right now.
Okay. I'm just going to commit it now.
Yeah. Let's just commit it and make a note of it. So when we do RC2, we can go back and fix it.
I need to create a new PR for this. So.
Yeah, and sign the commit. That's something else that we brought up last week. Make sure that we sign the commit.
I've automated that, so that should be fine.
There you go.
It's building. Build success.
Yay.
Okay, going to create a PR right now.
Oh.
Master. Oops. Here it comes. should now be able to see the PR.
I see it. All right, got it. Now go in, look, the files changed. Okay, so that looks good.
Oh, and Philip,
All right, so
thank you for getting us this time out for us.
approve. Thanks for updating. Approved. Submit. And we're going to merge the pull request. All right, so now, oops, Michael Redlich wanted to join. I wonder how long he's been waiting.
I haven't seen.
Hey, Michael, hopefully you haven't been waiting too long. I just noticed the admit, so. Okay, so now we are gonna go back here and submit a new release. So let's see, it should be merged, sorry. I just wanna make sure it said merged at the bottom. Yeah, it's merged in. Okay, so let's go to Jenkins and we are build with parameters. Hold on. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to 4.0 oops, RC1. Oh, sorry, mental block. There we go. Yeah, 4.0-RC1. Okay. 4.0-RC1, and typically I just, oops, RC1. I'll make a copy here, paste it in.
You need to make a snapshot in the upper field.
Yes. Oh, hold on a second. You're right. This is what it should be.
Yes.
I put the wrong thing in. See? Pair programming.
Yeah, never do this alone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be 4.0. Now this is going to be 4.0-RC1. That's what we're targeting, right? Go back to our directions here.
Uppercase R.
The desired tag, yes. Oops, sorry. The end, the last tab. All right, sorry, it's my keyboard here. There we go. It's a draft, not a final, now that Michael's on. This is a draft build. The MicroProfile module or repo basically is what we're building, and the master branch. So this script, after it does the build, it's going to go through and update the versions automatically. So it does a lot of that work for us.
In the last time you used the release version, the same of the tag, you only put the snapshot in the first field.
That was what I was going to say as well.
The desired release, oh, that we're building RC1. There we go. You guys are good. Nice snapshot. Yeah, the release version in the tag. Duh.
Now it should be.
Okay, everything looks good here. All right, we're okay. Let's do a build. Now, just because we're running a little short on time, what this is going to do is if we go back to GitHub, so I'm going to leave this to you, Edwin. Is this, if you remember this page, it's going to create a new tag up here, right? And so when it creates that that new pre-release with a 4.0 RC1, you're going to want to edit it and paste all this stuff in, right? Go in and add an entry to this page.
I can do this already? Or?
No, you have to wait till it does a build because it'll add an entry here. It'll say, well, What were the other ones that didn't have one?
Yeah, I checked and they do have now. So.
Oh, they do have now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll add one there, and then you'll just come back and update it with links here and here. Because the other thing that you're gonna have to do is you'll notice we have assets down here. So it adds the source code automatically in zip and tar gz format, but we have to go back and upload these, right?
Oh.
So these are going to be output artifacts of our build. Okay. So once it's done building, so for example, let's go to a successful one. Let's just go to MicroProfile config. These are the output artifacts, right? HTML and in the PDF. So I save these locally.
Mm-hmm.
Then when you go back over to this releases page and you paste in all this information, you're going to have to add the artifacts as well. And maybe if we have time, I'll even show that to you.
Can I do it as a non-committer?
No, so I'm going to have to do it.
I was afraid to ask, but yeah.
I'm going to have to do it. Or no, we don't want to wait. I was going to say we can wait until you have it, but I prefer not to do that, I think. All right, let's go back to our builds. Oops. So we're still building with 4 minutes to go, and I know that you have a hard stop at the top of the hour.
Yeah.
But I think what I'll do, is I'll keep recording and go through the motions to release in Sonatype and update that page, so you'll see the flow. And I'll make it pretty quick, or as quickly as I can, so that you can go back and kind of do a review. So I'll hang on, and Michael and Emerson are welcome to hang on, but I understand, Edwin, that you have another meeting to head to.
Yeah, sorry I was late. I mean, I know I'm just a watcher here, but kind of.
Yeah, this is how software sausage is made, right? You get to see the ugly internals of, people just see the release. It's released, right? But this is what it really means, right?
Oh yeah, I did a little bit of release, versioning way back when I worked for a small software company. In between my time at ExxonMobil, that's a whole nother long story. That's over a beer or two. We can tell that story, but
now this is interesting. I apologize. I just noticed something. We have 2 builds.
Yeah, I saw that.
Someone else doing a build?
Yeah.
Well, this is the second build. Is it the same?
We let's see. One of them is fixed Javadoc errors. So this is Nathan Raw is doing a build. So 451 is Nathan. Build 450 is us. So we're build 450. So it looks like we are successful.
We should name the builds.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But you can't name it until the build's done. Right.
Yeah.
So our build is done. It's successful. Congratulations, everybody. Now, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Was it this one? Sorry, I thought no, I have 2 that are pointing to the same thing. There we go. All right, so let's go name our build. So edit build information, go in and say MicroProfile. Get my keys, my fingers properly positioned, -RC1. That's done. Copy, paste it here, and save it. All right, go back to MicroProfile releases, and now people know exactly what this is. All right, so I'm going to download these locally on my file system. So I'm going to say save link as. There we go. Downloads. And save link as. Go to downloads. Okay, so those are downloaded. Now, essentially, let's see, if we go to the releases page, oh, that's not it. GitHub, isn't this it? Yeah, this is it. Refresh the page. And there's our RC1, right? And we have to go in and edit it. Draft a new release is what you do. So I'll show you all this, right? And we fill in the information here and go in and edit it.
Yeah, so you copy and paste from the previous release into this, describe this release box, and then it's adjusted, and then it's okay.
So here's what we do is we go to, God, it's been a while since I've done this here. I think it's, the tag version is 4.0-RC1. There we go. It's an existing tag, release title, MicroProfile 4.0-RC1. And I think it might even, I'm trying to do this from memory, it's why I was a little cautious before. There's one of the, oh, it's in our release plan. You type in MicroProfile or release, and then it'll come back and say MicroProfile 4.0, and you have to go back and edit it, but I don't think it's here. This is a pre-release, okay? And we need to attach some binaries. So these are the two things that we just did. We're gonna have to come back and type in this text, okay?
But this is it, so this, yeah, is not too hard.
Yeah, yes, well, yeah, except what I normally do is I go to the previous release, go into edit mode, copy the text, go back here because it's just markdown, paste it in and edit it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to publish this release. Yeah, because I can come back and edit it later. So I'm going to just go ahead and publish this. Now, I don't know if we have time, Edwin, because you're taking off, but I'm going to try and do the Sonatype step here. I haven't checked to see if you were approved as a committer in Sonatype.
I got a message that was, I got the message from Sonatype in Jira that was fixed or arranged.
Okay, awesome.
Like 2 minutes after we filed the issue. So.
Yeah, they're. I forgot who the community manager is, but he's really responsive. It's awesome. All right, so I have to log in. So I'll do it this time around, and maybe next time around you can do these steps. But we basically take a look here. Right, log in on the tab. That's on the tab. Search for org.eclipse.microprofile. Right. So if okay, I'm gonna close this for now. Close that for now. Here we go. And right, this is the release that we have down here. You can see MicroProfile 4.0 spec RC1. Select the appropriate staging repositories and select the release action along the top action bar. So let's go look at the staging repo. So we need to go to the staging repo here, and we can see that it's released. Oops. I'm trying to figure out why we have 2 entries.
Oh, it's on context propagation. It's built after us.
That's why. Thank you.
Does it correspond to the other build that was going on in Jenkins?
Yeah, exactly. So it threw me off a little bit because I was looking over here at the left-hand side, not the description. So, okay. So here we go. We are now, you know, we've selected what we want to release, and then we would go up here and do a release. Now, let's say I've had cases in the past where I've gone in, we've done something at release, but we found an issue, right? Even after we've had a successful build, then what you can do is, I believe you just go in and do a drop. You actually drop this out of the staging repository, go back, fix whatever you did, and then come back here. Okay, so let's just do a double check here. Select the appropriate staging repositories and select the release action. Leave the default action to drop the staging repository after completing this action. Okay.
Okay, I need to switch.
Once, okay,
sorry,
yep, talk to you later.
We're
still recording.
Yes, I'll watch the recording further.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye,
Yep,
Edwin.
bye. So once we do the release, it takes the content delivery network to push it out. It takes a while to happen. That's all that really means. Okay, so we want to do a release and automatically drop. We say yes. MicroProfile 4.0-RC1. Right, and let's go ahead and confirm. And so at some point, this is going to disappear. I don't know if I have to refresh the page or whatever. Could always come back and check this later. But now if we go back here, let's see. I should have kept that releases page up. Oops. That's a different key combo. Okay. Let's go to Eclipse, sorry, GitHub. GitHub release MicroProfile/releases. So I'll go back to here, and you can see, we got the assets that we uploaded before. I usually go into here. I'm gonna say select all, copy, go back, edit this release. Now we add in some useful information, right? So we go back in here, and we point to the real things. So we change milestone 1 to RC1. This becomes RC1. Oops, darn. I really need to fix that. The Eclipse MicroProfile RC1.
You have an extra one
You
above.
have an extra one.
I do again. Thank you. Yeah, one of the things I do too is I'll go into preview mode and click all the links, right? Make sure they're all valid. So, but thank you. RC1, based on Jakarta EE8. This none of that changes. Okay, this is the pain in the butt part. These all changed,
yeah.
Right? So. Mental, let's go to.
It's no easier to take that from the bill log.
There's no search.
Yeah, well.
It's not. Maybe for the Maven results.
Yeah, yeah. So what we could do here, I think, is go here. Let's see if we can just copy and paste it out of the existing doc. So let's go to spec, source main, ASCII doc, required APIs. I think might have it in a nice handy format. So let's go into raw mode. Okay. No, it doesn't have it in the format I wanted. Okay, let's go back one more. Go back, let's check the architecture doc and see if it has it. Okay, this one might have it. Let's go into edit mode or raw mode. Okay, this looks better. Not the JSON specs. We want REST client up to here, right? So there should be a total of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Let's go into here and do that. Hey, that wasn't so bad. Okay, that looks like a bad rendering. That's.
I was gonna, yeah, looks like you got part of this. The
I think the
MicroProfile.
problem.
Is there a space that you need to put in there?
No, I'm wondering if it's different markdown format. Hold on.
You see the space between RC1 and the open bracket? The square bracket right there.
But there's
No,
no
wait a second.
open space
With
there.
markdown, isn't there parens?
Yeah, well, that's what I was just about to say.
That is
Yeah,
only
it's parens.
in
It's
that-
darn
the-
it.
The wrong
Just when you
ones.
think you had an easy way of solving the problem, brackets and
Well,
parens.
right, so there's parens for the description and the square brackets for the link, and I forget which one's which at the moment.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there we go. Let's do it this way first.
Okay.
All right. One of these days, you should just write a script to do all this stuff, right? This technically, this should be automated, I think. So one of the things that we're talking about as part of our release process is do more automation to generate exactly this kind of stuff, right? So we don't have to do this every single time.
I'll tell you what I do for my InfoQ news items. I actually have it in Google Docs, share it with Ben Evans, who blesses it or makes suggestions, which is great because you can do that, right? But I always bring it into WebStorm, JetBrains WebStorm.
Yeah.
Copy and paste into there and do all any changes, formatting and such, and then I put it in our CMS because I don't have to worry about using the CMS editor.
Yeah.
Which
I do that a lot too.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. There we go. Copy, paste, 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 paste. Sorry, Edwin. Oh, we got a couple of non-conformers here. I forgot.
Oh yeah, got the open print. There you go. Yeah.
And a close. I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There we go. All right, there we go. We got a bug there. Let's look for, do more searches for M1. There we go. RC.
Right there's one, yeah.
I could probably do a global replace to your earlier point, Michael. RC. RC. All right. Preview. M1, 0 found. Okay, so this looks all okay. That looks all okay. None of that stuff matters down there. So then we do a Eclipse MicroProfile goes to, okay, that's okay. This just goes to the technology page in the wiki. And then I just go through and make sure we got a bunch of valid links. Let me turn off my video because my CPU is getting pegged. Okay, and let's go through. That looks okay. That looks okay. It's okay. Valid link, valid link, valid link, valid link. Uh-oh, that just said release 2.0. Someone should fix that. Open tracing should fix that.
Oh.
In fact, let's see.
Tracing.
And yeah, okay, we don't need that anymore. All right. So I think we look good there. And do a save, update release. Make sure again that this is pre-release is checked. All right, and that's it, right? We pretty much addressed this RC1 release. It's published. Then what I do is I send a link to the community. So Emerson, this would be something good for you to do. Just go to the community, create a note, paste this link in there. In fact, let me just paste it in chat so it's So you can just copy it. And gotta find the chat window. I'll paste that in. There we go. And just say MicroProfile 4.0 RC1 has been released. Right. So announce the release candidate to the mailing list, which we're just about to do. And it's not a final release, so I'm not necessarily worried about that. Now, if we go back to Sonatype, I think I still have that here. Yeah, so if we do, again, that should automatically be gone now. I just refreshed the page. Yeah, it's gone. Context propagation is still there, but we released it. And then, it could always go to Maven Central and, take a look at things, but we don't necessarily need to do that right now. So we went kind of 12 minutes over. So Edwin only has 12 minutes to watch, but that's basically it, right? To kind of recap this, we reviewed all the specs in GitHub. Actually, as a part of that, we made sure that all the component specs that are included in the top level spec, and we did this last week, Michael, to make sure that all the component specs had their ducks in a row. So we noticed they had missing release plans. They had, in some cases, we go through and double check their CQs. I still kind of want to make sure that all the IP stuff is in order before we do a final release. So we kind of work with, the component spec teams to make sure everything is done. Then you saw what we just did. I think you were in at the tail end where we were going through, actually, no, you weren't, I don't think. We went through, modified the platform spec, had comments from the last week or so, resolved them all, committed or merged the pull request. Then you came in when we did the build.
Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you saw us do the build. After the build is done, then we have to update the release page. This one right here.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Sonatype and publish it from there if everything looks good, and it does. And that's really about it. So thanks, Emerson. This is the actual mechanics of delivering a release, and then there's all this stuff that we didn't necessarily cover about all the pre-work that needs to be done, right? I mean, and that's the stuff that happens in the community. So Emerson, I know that you've seen this happen. Michael, you're a little bit newer to the community, so it all happens in the community forums. Hey guys, make sure you're done by this date because we got to do a build. All you spec teams. So there's a little bit of pre-work that tends to get done as well, and that will happen before we do the next build, or maybe not the next build, but definitely before we go final. And we have dates down before we do, a week before we do a release. We'll say, hey guys, or hey folks, make sure that your final releases are done, your final component spec releases.
Right, that's for the individual ones, right? The config, fault tolerance, et cetera, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we refer to them as component specs.
Okay.
For lack of a better word, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this call. I'll publish it to YouTube, and we'll be ready. Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, John, I got Ben Evans's blessing to do a road to MicroProfile 4 news piece.
Cool. Okay.
I started pondering some questions already, so I can send that to you at some point.
Perfect.
Yeah, this is good. I'm glad I'm having a chance to be part of this a little bit more. I've been following you guys, since almost the beginning.
Okay.
But so I really appreciate the opportunity to observe.
Well, glad to have you involved. And before you saw the results, now you see the sausage making process, right? Like we said earlier. So, and there's lots. Obviously, now that you're attending all the meetings and stuff, you get to see the ingredients to the sausage. And I don't know how far I can take this analogy anymore. I think I'm near the end, but
I thought Amelia or David would be here because I wore a great shirt today. So.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Well, David was on earlier. He had to drop at the
Okay.
bottom of the hour because the scope of this call was narrower than I think he was expecting. We were just trying to get this out. But we are going to have other meetings about how we will want to do this for 4.0 for final. And that's a subsequent call probably.
Yeah.
All right. I'll catch everyone later. See you, Emerson, and see you, Michael, probably on Tuesday.
Time for a beer,
Right.
right? Oh,
All
take care.
right. Yep, bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.